Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I'm sick this week, if you can hear it. Hi, everybody. Oh, you guys are all here in the comments. Awesome. Lisa, Penny, Cindy. How are you guys? Leslie, Sue, Sean. Awesome. All right. Cool. Well, thanks, everybody, for being here. Returning people, new people. I love it. All thumbs, hearts, shares, subscribes, like all that. Do all the things. Always appreciated. Hi, Deb. Okay, so I'm gonna guess other than my nasally business that you can hear me okay. Yeah, all week it's been like runny nose, and then yesterday and today congested and sneezing, and yeah, it's gonna be raw as much as I've been blowing my nose today. So, okay, I'm gonna guess that we're good. So we'll cover a couple of news bits first, and then we're gonna get down to it, right? Hi, Carol. So, first thing, Sale-a-Bration continues. This is our second month of it. We are back to once a year for Sale-a-Bration. I can't remember if that changed last year or the year before, but just to put that out there, Sale-a-Bration is only January and February. So at least this year we get an extra day for leap year, right? I just posted a picture on Facebook because I just got home like 20 minutes ago. Hi, Nancy. There are new items from the annual, and I think it's the annual catalog mostly for Sale-a-Bration choices. So the $50, there's I think eight $50 choices, and it's like 2 stamp sets, 2 packs of papers, embossing folders. I can't remember what else. Maybe some cards, memory and more cards. And then there's 2 new $100 purchase items. One is the Dragonfly Punch, and the other is it escapes me. So if you are ordering online, when you go to checkout, that's when you'll add your Sale-a-Bration choices, and it will come up there, and you like click to add them to your cart. They do have the annual catalog items that are for Sale-a-Bration. They do have different item numbers than the real items in the Sale-a-Bration or in the annual catalog. Hi, Carol. Hey, Jamie Gibbs. So just, check that out. It'll be on the online store. Also, you can see all the Sale-a-Bration choices. But if you haven't put your order in yet, check that list because you may want different things, right? New online exclusive items are coming for you guys in March. We were just able to order them today as demonstrators, and I love this. Is the first time online exclusives have really grabbed me. There's a flower set that I really like. It's zinnias, which, I have a black thumb. I don't flowers, whatever. But I don't have a whole bunch of flowers anymore, and I really like this one. I think I can color it in or two-step it. I didn't really look that close. I just was like, oh, I like it. I'm getting it. Then there's a new coffee set. And then I got a cute little set with like a wagon. I have a couple ideas that I'll use that for. But you are probably going to go start seeing those in the next month because we're able to pre-order them. I'm going to be using that latte set. I think it's called a latte love or something. I don't know. I'm going to use that for my March workshop. So those are coming in March for you guys. There were also 2 new kits posted today. One, hey Di, one was a card kit. Card and like some birthday things. It was like sparkly birthday stuff. And then the other was like a houseplants 3D thing. Like that one didn't really grab me. I mean, I like the plants and all, but for what they want for it, I wasn't really that impressed. But check those out, right? Might be up your alley. Superbowl squares. I am doing Superbowl squares again this year. We are, let me check. I have 66 sold already. So, and Di, that includes yours that I picked for you. So we only have 34 left, and I'm going to go over this real quick. And Superbowl is February 11th, right? Sunday. So we've done this for 2 years now. I think 2. Actually, let's just go down here and I can show you, right? So this is where squares, there's 100 squares here, right? So you pick the squares and they have numbers in them. So you can say like, I want 14, 25, and 66, whatever's open. They're $4 a square. So 4 times 100 squares means there's $400 worth of prizes. So every first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and then the final score. Not the fourth quarter, because if there's overtime, we got to have, there's only one prize. So it's the final score. Each gets $100 shopping spree, and I am going to pay the shipping and the tax to get it to you. All right. So for $4 a square, if you get 5 squares, that's $20, then you have a chance to win. Once this is all filled up, then I will go live and we'll do a random picker to see which team goes up here and which team goes up here. And then these will get numbers 0 through 9. And again, it'll be random. So random numbers, random numbers. Then your numbers, like Kim Howard, whatever number is here and here, that is by the score. So like say this number is 3 and this is 5. And whatever team is up here has 13 and this one has 25. We use that last number. So the 3 and the 5, that's how we get to the winner. So I know I'll have to go over that and explain it again, because without numbers, like it's hard to figure, like give you an example. But this is it. People have been doing these Super Bowl squares forever, like forever and a day. This one is just stamping, Super Bowl stamping. We are also, let me go back here. I'm also going to Zoom during the Super Bowl. All right. So whoever is participating in the game, or if you just want to come hang out on Zoom, because like this is US only, right? Sorry. But if you don't live in the US, you can still Zoom. And I'm going to have like some challenges, 4 challenges, one for each quarter. And I'll post those next week so everybody can like gather their supplies ahead of time if you want. But it's always a good time. There's only ever like a handful of us, and we just chat and work on whatever our challenge is. And then we show everybody what we made. Like, it's a lot of fun, and the time goes a lot quicker than you would expect. So yeah, like 30, 35 minutes a quarter, it seems like. I don't know. So that's that. All right. Super Bowl squares. So I have a week left to get rid of, I think I said 34 squares, right? So I'm going to update that chart on my Facebook page, right? My ToniStamps Facebook page. That's the only place I'm updating that chart, that picture, so that it's in one spot, right? So you'll go and comment under that picture and say, I want numbers, blah, blah, blah. PayPal, friends and family, or cash if you're local. If you can get a check to me by Wednesday, I'll take a check. That's fine by me. Mail, like, some days it's great, some days it's not. But so that's that in 6 minutes. All right. So let's go back down and we will start our workshop. So February workshop, I am using Notes of Nature Inspirational Sketches. And here are the dies that go with the Notes of Nature. I just thought these images went together like nicely, kind of like vintagey but journally. Like I really like them together. I'm also bringing in these dies for a couple things. These are the everyday details. These are also in the mini catalog. So all these things are from the mini catalog. So host code is right here in this corner, right here. Where's my finger? Here we go. Oh, right here. Why is this so hard? So this code XUAWZFFF. You use that code this month, place at least a $50 order. You're going to get your Sale-a-Bration item. And then you're also going to get the make and take kit, which is all the paper pieces of everything I'm making tonight. If it's a $75 or more order, you're also going to get a pack of these cork rounds that we are using on most of the things tonight. And I like these. They're very lightweight and they're neat. They really are cork. So it's not like faux or anything. Yeah, Carol, I like these. And yeah. Oh, you know what? I just realized I have to get up and get my watercolor pencils. But all right, I'll do that when we get to number 2. So let's start. So, and we're also going to use some of this, what's it called? Nature Sweetness paper. These are really good. This is part of the Notes of Nature, whatever bundle, or that suite. So the colors are Pebbled Path, Pecan Pie, and Gold. That's it. And one side has all the gold and foily bits. Actually, I can throw my notes away. Gold and white. Here's the pebbled path. More gold. Pecan pie, pebbled path. I like this print with the splatters. I like that. Pebbled path. Ooh, that's really pretty. So even though it's only 3 colors, it really looks nice. All right, and then this one, and then some print. So I like them. All right, so our first one. Now this sheet of designer paper came, if you got the paper share, you got like a quarter pack of everything. So you got a 6x12 piece of this. And actually, let's just pull this piece out, right? Why not? And if I have to blow my nose, I will put myself on mute. But it's pretty likely to happen. It's been running all day. All right, I know I saw this thing. Jeez. Why is it so hard to find something when you need it? It's got to be this one. All right, so here's the piece, the 12x12. So I cut them this way for the paper share so that you would get like, you know, an entire half to use. So you are going to get, I'm cutting these into 4x6 pieces, right? So you're going to get one of these patterns. Don't know which one. And I've already lost one. Oh, it's stuck to my, look at that. It's stuck to the cellophane. Jeez. All right. I was going to say, if that rips, then that's one we're going to use. So you're going to get a random 4x6 piece. Now, when I do your card kits, I fold all the bits up and put them in the envelope. And this isn't going to fit in the envelope. So it's going to be like tucked behind that particular one. And you know what? I think I'm going to use this because I think that's a little bit weird looking. I mean, I like it. Now, the back has the gold and like a grid on it. Like that. So we've got our pecan pie base. I say pecan. I know some of you say pecan, but that's how we do. 5.5 by 8.5. Scored at 4 1/4. Then I've also got a piece of pecan pie 4 by 5 1/4. Did I say? Yeah, I said score at 4 1/4. So this piece, I'm going to just crumple it up with my hand because I want to rough it up. If you want to emboss it, emboss it. If you want to spray it with water first, spray it with water. I don't bother spraying it. I just like take it in the middle of my hand and squeeze, right? And then try to bend things like opposite sides where they maybe don't want to go, but scrunch it up and then unpeel it carefully. You don't really want to rip all of it. But we get really nice texture. And then if you want to scrunch it up some more, do that. It's just easy, quick, easy way to get something textured. Now I do want the, then we're going to flatten it out just a little bit. And see how that shrinks it up some too? Yeah, I like that. So that's going to go there. We've got a piece of basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. This is going to go on the inside. So let's just go ahead and put that inside. How about? And then we're going to color and hand cut that bit from the designer paper. And I want you to save. Let's see. Get that in there. So we're going to have this down here. And if you want to put it at like a little jaunty angle, that would be good. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to put glue, kind of eyeballing. All right. Now I'm kind of squishing this together because I don't want it to flatten out totally. But I do need to press it down completely. Yeah, Di, roll it like a meatball. Penny, were you gasping at the pronunciation of pecans or the squishing of the paper? Yeah, I like this at a jaunty angle. And if you wanted to rough up these edges, like on the corners, like curl them up a little bit, that would be nice too. Why not? I'm digging it. All right, so this guy, I don't know what this plant is. I mean, I know it's in the other set. So on this page in the mini catalog, there's 2 different sets. So I don't know. This one is more prominent in the other set. I have no idea. Hey, Rose, you and Marilyn are both watching? Awesome. Oh, Penny, my crumpling. Yeah, don't be shy about it. All right, I'm going to color. Let me look at my notes. What was I going to color? Color with blends. Okay. So I want some of the browns and like a light green maybe. Actually, no, I think I'm going to do just the browns. So I still have some of the old blends. Oh, look, pecan pie, light pecan pie, dark pecan pie. But we've also got these like ivory and blush, those kind of things, mocha. Then we have this set that has the numbers, right? Where like the darkest one is 100. And then the lightest one is, I think, 1,000 or something. But these are good for like all just different shades of brown, right? But I am going to start with, we do need to have green in there. I guess I'm just going to use the pecan pie for the brown part. All right. And I'm going to cut this part off. So we're going to hand cut all this, and you'll have some strips down here and here. We're going to save that to put on our card, right? So let's start with the dark pecan pie. Now, I'm just going to like follow these lines that are already here. Because I don't know what this plant is. If anybody knows, please chime in. But we're just going for a little bit of shadow, right? Different. Now, all these little lines that are in here, I'm not going to be too pressed about doing all of them. Let's just make some marks. It's just so there's a different shade of brown going on. All right, and then we'll take the light, and I'm just going to go over the whole thing. And then we'll come back in with a green. Ooh, you know what? So I could go light, like soft sea foam, but I'm actually using that color on another card. So I want something brighter. I might use Parakeet Party, which would be really bright. But I like it. Now, you can see that these colors are kind of blending into that background. Like, oh, well, maybe I should have picked a different color brown. I'm not going to worry about it. And if you didn't want to color these brown, you could color them anything, right? Whatever it is that they're supposed to be. All right. So, yeah, let's try light Parakeet Party and dark Parakeet Party. Yeah, I think I'm going to like this a lot. So, again, I'll do the dark bits. Just try to add some shadows and lines through on all the leaves. So I'm not taking a whole lot of time with this because I have to get busy cutting these too, right? And really, it's just a quick color. Lisa, you believe it's a cocoa bean plant? Ooh, okay. I'll go with that. We had cocoa bean from the plant when we went to Dominican Republic for our honeymoon in 2002. It is disgusting. I don't remember it looking like that at all, but we were on like some farm where they took us to see stuff. And I mean, it was slimy. Like when they peel it open and it's like the white part, that's the actual cocoa bean. Yeah, it's slimy and it tastes nothing like chocolate. Yeah, I like that. I like that green. Ugh. All right. My nose is itching now. So yeah, I want to try to save this and this because we're going to stamp our greeting probably down here. So I'm going to go in like and start here for my cutting out. Now I'm not, I didn't make this a little bit sturdier by adding any extra like basic white behind it. But I'm just going to be gluing this down flat anyway. Or as flat as it'll go on that crumpled background. Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't think that thing tasted anything like cocoa. And actually, you know what? I might not even, I'm not going to cut those. Well, I'm going to cut them right off, rather. Yeah, I was feeling so much better, like hardly any coughing the last 2 weeks. And then Monday, my nose started running like crazy, Monday and Tuesday. And then yesterday, woke up and congested. I feel like I'm back to square one, but I'll get over it. All right. Ooh, I like that. Now, they're probably not sparkly, but let's make these plants stand out a little bit more with some Wink of Stella. I like the simplicity of just like the two colors. Just the brown and green. All right, so that I'm going to put right there. I like it. And I want to stamp my greeting on whatever one it's going to fit on. And I think I'm going to do it in black because I want it to, there's going to be too much pecan pie going on. So I think we'll go, I'm going to go thank you for everything on this one. So see how I've mounted my stamps? I know I show you this every time. The larger ones, I don't put the stickers on. But I do get in there and trim them pretty close. Because I don't like to catch any edges on them. All right, let's grab a block. And hopefully that's straight enough. So I'm going to use my Catherine Pooler Midnight. I like this. It's a nice dark black. And let's see how that goes. If that's straightish. Ooh, bang. Ooh, sorry. I was so excited. I hit my phone. All right, so let me clean this. I only use this Catherine Pooler on my rubber stamps, not on the photopolymer ones. Only because it stains the photopolymer ones so bad. Look, you guys, look how old this thing is. This I found in my mom's stuff, and it's still good, so I'm using it. But we haven't seen that container in 20-some years. All right. Okay, I might use that. I'm not sure. So this, I'm just going to hand cut this. Let's do that. And you know how I like to give it a little rip. This edge is a little bit close. Ooh, I like that. All right, now I want to, ooh, yeah, I like that. Let's trim it a little bit more though, a little bit closer. I do want the edges to show up. So we could either take a sponge dauber or your ink blending brushes, whatever you have handy. I think my ink blenders are going to be the most handy, my blending brushes. Let me just reach over here. Oh, that's orange. I'm like, does that look brown? Nope. This one looks brown. Okay. Yeah, Penny, you probably do. All right, let's get this closed. So I'm just going to go like along those edges, like the side edges. Let me see how I like that. I like that. Let's just add it a little bit up top and bottom. Okay. So that's good. Put that back. Now this part, I want to use some of the gold. So I'm just going to cut whatever bits there are. And see where I want to add them. So I want something. Ooh, I like that. That, and then right here. I think that's going to do it for me. Actually, let me get that brush back. So let's make this like not as stark white. So we'll just like whatever remnants of ink are left on here. Yeah, perfect. And this I will throw away. So if you choose not to do this, like that's up to you. You don't have to. Uh-oh. I just refilled this. Okay. So maybe you want to die cut something or, you know, whatever. All right, let's put that. And I want this piece to be straight with like the edge of the card. All right, let's just hold that down there for a minute. All right, that's good. And then that we can, actually we can pop all this up. Pop that up and then pop this up. No, actually, I'm going to glue this down flat. I know I changed my mind here a lot. And actually, I'm not going to pop it up because it's not going to be perfectly flat anyway because of all the crumpled bits that are going on. So let me just hold that in place. And then we're going to add some corks. All right, that looks good. And where's my little thing? So I want to put one like here, 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 and a couple up here. Now looks like there's two sizes, big ones and little ones. And they're going to show up nicely. Now these are, I wouldn't worry about these getting smashed at all in the mail because they're cork. Sorry. Jeez. So yeah, don't worry about having to protect this because they're soft. All right, let's put that there. I love it. So that's our first card. And yours will be different, you know, depending on what piece you get. But thank you for everything. And if you wanted to use a different greeting, obviously, that's your choice. I love it. All right, so that's number one. Oh. I was wondering if I would get through the whole thing without having a cough. Not the case. All right, number two, we're going to do, this will be Pebbled Path, and we're going to use the mushrooms and do some coloring in. So when I mount my stamps and I don't use the stickers, I stick them over here in between the cover and the case, but sometimes they want to slide out. So just be mindful of that. All right, so we need a stamp. So this one I call Pop of Color because the only real color is going to be from when I color in this mushroom. So I've got Pebbled Path, 5.5 by 8.5, my standard it seems. Fold that at 4 1/4. Then I've got Basic White, 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this right on in here. Then I've got the Designer Series paper. This is 3 by 5.5. Now, if you're going to cut this at home, make sure you're cutting it so the words are going the right way. So this is going to be a landscape card, right? So we've got that. That's going to go there. Then I've got this is the largest circle from this everyday. And it measures, I think 3 1/4. Yep, about 3 1/4. That's going to kind of go over here. Then I took a basic white circle. This is 2 3/4. I embossed it with, I am losing the name, Distress Tile. So that's going to go there. And this was the closest fit that I could get. And this came from the Layering Circles dies. So the largest punch we have is 2.5. And then all the other dies that have circles in them, I did go to the astronaut ones, and the biggest one there was I think 1 3/4 or something. So circles, Layering Circles dies, and that's kind of going to go there. And then you've got a piece. This is the thick, right? So basic white thick. This is a 1/4 sheet with the corner cut off. So I want to stamp the mushrooms, and we're going to stamp it in the black, let it sit, and we're going to stamp the greeting in black and hand cut or punch that. Actually, yeah, I wanted to punch it. Let me turn my notes page, make sure I'm on the right one. Oh no, we're going to punch the next one. This one we're just going to hand cut. All right. So let's stamp this, and then I gotta go get up out of my chair and get my my watercolor pencils. So again, Catherine Pooler Midnight. So if you don't have watercolor pencils, or you just want to use something else, you do whatever, right? And if you don't have mushrooms, you stamp whatever image you have that will fit. Because I'm gonna cut this out and pop it up on top of this circle. So this is kind of what we're going for this card design. And then mushrooms here, and then a greeting down here. And then we'll add some cork bits. So I like that. All right. Let me clean this off. Now, if I was using my Stamparatus or something, I could have stamped that a couple times and gotten it a little bit darker, but it's fine. All right, and I am going to do the greeting. Let's do, I want something shorter, either grateful for you or just a little note to say hello. How about that one? Yeah. So we're going to stamp that in black, and I know I'm going to hand cut this, so I'm just going to stamp it right here and then save this bottom half. And you'll have, you know, whatever you don't use, you'll have that to use later. All right, now this ink does have to dry for just a minute. So I'm going to get up and grab my watercolor pencils and hope I don't knock things over. Oh, yep, I'm going to move things. There we go. Yeah, I've been in the process for a long time of reorganizing my room. I got some more reorganized last week or so, but I still have things in random places. It's nowhere near where I want it to be. But all right, so let me cut this greeting just so I don't get crazy. And I'm cutting it straight along to that word. And I may have to go back and fix this. That's a smidge crooked. And obviously, if you have dies, you could use dies. You could cut it. Ooh, I like that. All right, we're going to leave that for there for right now. My watercolor pencils. I have these stored in the stamp case. And this is 2 sets of them. We had a set before, and then there's a smaller set. I have them all mixed up in here. I think this is the current set. This was the old one. And I keep 2 blender pens in here. All right, so with watercolor pencils, you take the, and I'm going to look for, let's look for a gray. And, ooh, if Lori is watching later, look what I found. I thought I lost this. Oh, no, wait a minute. It was my black one that was Stampin' Up. I couldn't find my pencil sharpener, and Lori dropped one off. She came to my house and left me a pencil sharpener on my porch, which I have been using, but then I found another one. So this is a gray, basic gray. I'm going to guess mushrooms can be whatever colors we want, at least the stalks, right? Well, all of it, really. So I'm going to make my stalks gray just because I want to keep the whole gray situation going on. So just to show you, you color in, and then you take either a blender pen or an aqua painter or a water brush or something, and see how the tip of that is green? It's actually clear. So then you take whatever water implement you're using, and then you just blend it out, and it gets soft, right? And it looks watercolory. So then you just run it, scratch it out so it gets all that color off. So, all right, we'll do our grays, and then I wanted to make the mushroom caps like some kind of red. So what do I have here? Real red and cherry cobbler. Yeah, that's gonna work. Looks like the cherry cobbler is darker. Let's do cherry cobbler on the bottom, and yeah, just where these darker bits are, so we get like different shades. And again, I'm not being precise. A, that's not how I color. All right, and B, it's gonna get blended together. All right, so see how messy that looks? Oh yeah, Di, Winkostella. You can also use your Winkostella to color things. Yep. All right, then I'll take the real red, and it's lighter, so I'm just gonna go over. And you don't have to color in the whole thing because we're gonna be able to drag this color around. I guess I could have made these mushrooms like tan color too. Whatever colors you want. I'm not real pressed about them being like what they are in real life. All right, now normally you would take you would start with your lighter color and then go to the darker color. But since I've mixed things up together, it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to smooth this out. That's all I'm going for, right? And actually, can I bring it up closer? So see how this looks like not great, but we're just gonna blend it together. And I went out of the lines, that's okay. And it just takes away the harsh pencil marks and blends it. Makes it smoother. And then I'll go back and get the stalks with the grays. But hopefully you can see how it's dragging this color around. All right, so now, see how this red? I'm turning my blender pen as I'm scribbling so it gets all that red off of there. And then I'm going to put it right in the gray. So that's kind of why you want to do lighter to darker so you don't get any contamination. You could also use a Q-tip dipped in water. All right, that looks good enough. So, yeah, Di, I think I am going to put some Winkostella on here now, but I know it's going to pick up whatever color. I would rather spray something on it, but I'm going to do that. All right, so that is our watercolor pencils. And then I just shake these around until they fit, until it closes. All right, ooh, cool. I'm digging it. Let's cut this. Now the thick cardstock is a little bit more difficult to cut out, but you just have to take your time, really. And I'm deciding, do I want to go down there? No. I may change my mind later. And by down there, I meant, do I want to cut out that little bit? We'll see. I may come back to it. But yeah, how cute would these mushrooms be in a little like field note journal if you were going to make something, or even just like a notepad or something. I just thought these went well together. All right, I'm getting a little close to some of the edges, which means I need to slow down. What's the rush, right? But again, it is working with this thick paper is a little bit trying. All right, I'll cut this off. Di, our crop is next weekend, right? I hope so. I'm still bummed I missed the last month's. All right. Ooh, I love it. I love it. All right, now this one, let's do angle cuts. And then we're just going to glue all this together. I thought I might have stamped. Yeah, you know what? I wanted to stamp this little grid business. And we'll do tone on tone, which I love. So we're going to get pebbled path. Now, if you don't have pebbled path and you want a tone on tone, you could use memento and stamp it off once. That makes like a nice shade of gray. You could also use your Versamark ink. And I just want these in the corners, just so it peeks out. So then it's not so plain. I love it. 10th of February. I think that is next weekend. All right, so yeah, then you can get a better look at that, the grid. All right. And I'm going to leave that stamp out. So we're going to glue this. I leave my glue on the side and don't stick the pin in it every single time. It seems fine. I mean, just when I'm stamping here. I don't leave it on its side open all the time. All right, so we're going to eyeball for the middle. And if there's anything hanging over the edge, like that looks like a teeny weeny little bit. Let's just go and get that. There we go. Yeah, that little tiny sliver. No need to keep that around. All right, so we're going to glue this, our embossed bit. And make sure all these little dots are poked out. Yeah, I had to cut this out with my chrome plate just to make sure all the bits cut out. All right, that's going to go there. Ooh, I like it. I love it, actually. All right, that's going to go there. And now we're definitely going to pop up our mushrooms. Boop. I love that. Just pop a red. And our greeting. So whatever your image you're going to do, any color is going to work, right? So you don't have to have pebbled path. All right, let's do this. Oh, that could have gone poorly. I'd have turned it upside down. Like I tried to pick this so that you could use black ink. You could use, like I said, Versamark. I want this to cross over the designer paper a little bit. But so you wouldn't be like tied down to you have to have this color. All right. Yeah, we'll give it a little wink of Stella and some cork bits. Penny, when I won't see the tiny edges. Well, I can only see them now because I have my glasses on. Otherwise, it's like, hold it out, and then I still can't see it that great. All right. So here, let's add, and I'll show you. See how that red comes off from the wink? Because it is picking up the watercolor pencils. So you want to definitely get that all out of your Stella, so it's not contaminated. I like it. Oh, now here is where you may want to have pebbled path or a black marker. So I took, for this color, these ink colors, I don't have the Stampin' Blends. I got the Stampin' Write markers, and that's totally fine. So you're going to take your Stampin' Write and color your cork bits, because this is absorbent, right? It's not like coloring a rhinestone or an enamel bit where those are not porous. So you need the Stampin' Blends. Oh, you need the alcohol markers. This, it works with the regular marker because this cork is going to soak all this up. All right, so let's do, I did 2 of those, and then I'll do another big one. And if you don't get the sides totally, like, it doesn't matter. So it just looks, whoa, it just looks darker when I've colored it with the Stampin' Write markers. And it actually looks kind of brown because of the brown underneath of it, but it's going to work. All right, so I want, that is going to drive me crazy. So let's put one like here, 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 here. I did do 5 because why be stingy with them? Let's use these things. All right. Now you may have to let it dry a little bit after you've colored it. I'm not getting too much ink on me, so that's fine. And if you wanted to leave these just the regular cork, like, you could do that. But I thought it would be neat just to color them too. Why not? All right. So, and see how that sparkles? I don't know if you can see the sparkly. All right. I love it. Next, turn note page. Ooh, layered florals embossing folder. Okay. I think I can put my pecan pie away. So this is where we're using soft seafoam. And we're going to use the bird. So did I already mount that? No. So we want our bird stamp. And actually, I'm just going to use this block. So we've got soft seafoam, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And this is another design that I think any color you have is going to work, right? If you're any kind of subtle will work. And it's going to be a nice spring card. And this, let me look, we're doing this way. So we've got basic white, 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. Oh, and by the way, if you're new here, it usually takes me a few days, but I update my blog with all of these measurements and individual pictures of each one. So you'll have that for reference. So you don't have to worry about scrambling to write everything down. Then I've got soft seafoam again, 4 by 5 1/4. And I've embossed it with our new layered florals folder. I really like this one. Now this, I'm just going to glue down flat. If you wanted to rough up the edges, you could totally do that. If you wanted to take your white craft ink pad and smash it, like swoosh it across the top, you could do that. And that would make the white ink hit just the raised up bits, which, do I have that card? No, not handy. I made one in purple. And I know I've showed it maybe a couple times. But that's a really nice effect with the white craft ink. All right, that's our base. We have another piece of thick, okay, because we're going to be, how am I going to color these in? Color in with blends. Okay, so I'm going to use a Stampin' Blends, which are alcohol markers. So you want a thicker cardstock when you're working with those. So let's do, so this is a 4 1/4 by 5.5 sheet. And you know what? We're going to use a Misty, and I'm going to use the Memento because that is a better ink. I could use the Midnight and let it dry. It works well enough with the blends, but the Tuxedo is even better. All right, so we're going to stamp our bird, cut him out of this, the thick, and then we're going to do our greeting and punch it out. Whatever punch you have, right? We also have this should be a 2.5-inch vellum circle. Yep. So that's going to get glued down there, and then our bird is going to get cut out and put over top of it. So I know I'm going to put it there so I can put glue right here. The thing with vellum is I've never found a glue or tape that really you can't see through it, even though they all out, there's plenty that advertise, oh, you can't see it through vellum. Lies. Lies, lies, lies. I even tried it with both these glues when I was testing the art glitter versus the Barely Art. I could still see it through both of them. So maybe I'm just too picky. I don't know. All right. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use... No, I need to use this whole thing anyway because I've got to do my greeting. All right. Let me get my... I have a small Misty. I have a mini Misty. Okay. But your Stamparatus would work perfectly as well if you already have that. So I don't need my foam. And we're going to put this right here. I'm going to get it as close to the edge as I can because we're going to be cutting that out anyway. And you know what? Let's do the greeting while we're at it. I wanted to use the Notes of Nature, this one. Thanks for making me smile. And that's teeny tiny. So let's put that there. Actually, I'm going to put it like this because I know I'm going to come in with my punch at this angle. Pick up our stamps and ink this up. And then get my presser from Sweet Sentiments or Scents. What is this? Sweet Sentiment. I was at their booth last year at the Chantilly, which I'm not. Jamie and I were talking, and we're not going to go this year. We decided we still haven't used nearly half the. Oh, when did that change again? Jeez. You can't even see it. Of course you can't, because how did that happen? I don't feel like it's every time I'm moving the on the table. And why would that affect it anyway on Wi-Fi? I think it's just StreamYard's being weird. All right, now you can see it. Okay, that's dark enough. But anyway, we decided we're not going to Chantilly this year. Just so you know, you're not missing anything. All right, now I want to peel this up and clean my stamps. And then put this back. All right, let's get my foam. Yeah, that drives me crazy. And, well, actually, I was going to say, Gail, are you having that? So, oh, Lisa, I'm not the only one. Good. I think it's definitely a StreamYard thing then. Yeah, it's the timing because they're going to be Chantilly's like the last weekend in April. And, I mean, I think it's like right around Dave's birthday. And plus there's other things going on. I think there might be a crop the weekend before. I don't know. All right, let me punch this out first. And like I said, you're going to use whatever punch you want. Whatever greeting you want, really, right? I wanted to use this. I can't remember the name of it. And actually, I can't even reach it now. This is this decorative circle. That's not the one I was thinking of. Decorative circle. Oh, maybe I was thinking of this one. Yeah, this is kind of... I forget the name of this one too, but actually I'm going to have to cut this off and come in from the side. All right, it was a shorter one I was thinking of. This is going to work though. All right, tried to get that center-ish. Whatever punch you wanted. Okay, now coloring. I wanted more. I just wanted to stick with soft seafoam and like a craft for this. Crumb cake, maybe. See how this vellum is curling now that I'm looking at it? It's fine. I'm actually, you know what? I can put a bit of glue under here because our greeting is going to cover up some right there. All right. But that is normal because all the water in the glue and the vellum just absorbs it and then it wants to curl up. That's how it works. All right. These, I want crumb cake and bronze. Nope. Please be crumb cake. Nope. Pecan pie, bronze. Is it going to be the last one I pick? Light pecan pie. Don't tell me I lost my crumb cake. Oh, here it is, because it looks gray. Jeez. All right, and then I want soft seafoam, which those are easy to tell. And I might add just a little bit of pink, just to make it stand out. So bubble bath will be it. All right, so let's do the darkest bits on his legs. And I want a little bit of maybe his head to have some of the brown in it. And this is probably not the color of any bird you'll see in nature, but that's okay. All right, I'm going to add some more dark bits, just following these sketch lines. And then I'm going to go over that with soft seafoam. All right, that's that. And I'll come in with the dark first. Ooh, yeah, I like this. And then I'm going to do the light seafoam over the whole thing. And I'm going to go over the crumb cake and everything. And then I'll add a little bit of the pink. All right, so light, soft seafoam all over this entire bird. At least the body anyway. And then I'll give a little bit up here on his head. Okay. That works. And now the pink feels like it's going to be out of place, but I want a little something. Yikes, not that one. Let's go with the light. Yeah. Maybe just a little bit here and there on his wings. Maybe his belly a little bit too. Oh yeah, I like that. More belly. There we go. So I like that okay. The green is very light. I don't feel like the camera's picking it up. But it looks good in real life. Dark seafoam. Nope, let me go back to the light. Just to give it a little bit more. Okay. Now I don't want to go too much because I don't want it like to oversaturate. But I like that. All right. So we're going to cut him. Ugh. This will be another good opportunity for some Winkostella on the bird. And I didn't even bother to color his beak a different color because it's mostly black from the stamp anyway. So I don't feel like it would have shown up. So I wasn't going to bother. All right. Nice. Okay. Cute. I like it. But so you see, like any subtle color that you want to use is going to look good. Ooh, yeah. I do like that. All right. Let's give him a little winky dink all over. And I'm going to glue this flat and pop the bird up. All right, and I'm going to come in over top of some of that vellum. And again, that's just going to make it hold itself down. All right, let me have a drink of water. Yeah, I do like this bird. It kind of it made me think of an Oriole. Like when I first sketched it out, I thought, oh, I should use black and orange just because that's Maryland. That's the Oriole colors. But then I thought, no, I want subtles. We don't need an Oriole bird. All right, we'll pop this up. Let's see, do that. Let's piece these dimensionals together. Nice. And then one more. All right. Okay. So pretty. Thanks, Sue. I think it would look good with purples and yellows too. I don't know if there are any birds that are really that color, but you know, I don't care. Anything would be pretty, right? All right. And I really do like the vellum because that kind of breaks it up. It gives it a little bit more interest. All right, and then we're just going to glue on some cork bits. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Do not be shy about using your embellishments. And this one's going to hang off a little bit. Oops. Well, it slid right off that vellum. I mean, there's always going to be a different embellishment coming in the next catalog. Or you're going to find something in the store. Like, don't hoard stuff. Just use it. All right. I like it. I do need to get a little bit of glue under here, though, because that one is going to pop up. Let me just hold that for a minute. Well, not a minute, but you know. Can you see him sparkle a little bit? I hope so. Cute. And if you want to do emboss your greeting in gold, that would have looked nice too. Your choice. All right. Last one. And I'm going to have to clean this thing off. So this design actually came from Club Scrap. So I signed up for their scrapbooking kits several months back on Diane's recommendation. She's worked on them at our crops over the years. Like I was a member of Club Stamp at one time too, but got out of it. But Club Scrap, they also have every month it's like 6 pages, or you can get their card kit, which I don't think I've gotten their card kits yet. It's just like all the cut up pieces and printable things, and they do have a stamp set. But I like their designs. Okay, so they have a website that they're clubscrap.com. Go under, it's like, it might be tutorials or something like that, where it makes you think like design documents, you know, things that measurements and stuff. So it goes by every month, and you can just scroll through the months, like look at them. And they have 3 different card designs every month. So I like it. This one, I actually have another one in mind for next month. But this one's a slim line. So you're going to get I have the business size envelopes that this is going to fit in. So this is going to be 3.5 by 8.5. So we've got basic black, and it's 7 by 8.5 and scored at 3.5. All right, basic black. Now the colors for this are going to be black, gold, and white. So we're using, actually the only stamping we're doing is a greeting. And, ooh, that didn't line up right. Ugh. So 2 pieces of white. These are both the same size. One is for the inside and one is for our layer. This is 3.25 by 8.25. And let me see if this is, I need to trim it. Oh, that's fine. So I'm going to glue this on the inside. So before I glue the front piece down, I do want to do a little bit of stamping on it. All right, but let's go over the other pieces. How about that? So basic white, 3 1/4 by 8 1/4. And this should not be overweight when we go to mail it. If you make your own envelope out of cardstock, that will probably make it overweight and you'll need an extra stamp. All right, so then we've got, these are the dies that come with the bundle, with the Notes of Nature bundle. So I took these two, the largest ones, and cut them out of the distressed gold foil. And I cut them out of both sides so that we could have going different directions. And this, again, I think I used my my plate, my my chrome plate. All right. And I think this paper is on back order, but I have plenty of it. So you're going to get 4 flower bits. And I just have to find this other one because I thought we can use one on the inside. All right, I don't know where it's gone. All right, dead to me. All right, so we've got that. Then you have 3 pieces of black, and these are 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. So what's going to happen? I'm going to stamp some backgroundy stuff. Then we're going to have these squares. Then you've got 3 pieces of the 3 different pieces of the designer paper, a 2 by 2 square. So you can use the gold sides, which is what I plan to do, or you can flip it and use these sides, whatever you want. It's going to look nice. So this has like the pecan pie and the pebbled path, and that would look nice. But I'm going for the gold. So we're just going to glue these on. Ooh, I like that. Now you could do gold embossing for your greeting. I am just going to do black. All right, so gluing this down. This one that has words, you just want to make sure your words end up going in the right direction. And oh, look at that. It's 5 after 9. Almost on time. All right. And then this. Yeah, they really did a good job. They always do a good job with the papers. All right. So that's that. And I'm going to have the gold leaves coming out from under, like from behind. And then our greeting will be like probably right here. So let's do some, I want to stamp. We're going to use Memento. And I want to do the grid. And I'm just going for like a collage-y look. I'm going to bring in this, like probably all of these pieces. But I'm starting out with the biggest ones, right? And we're going to go here. That's good. And I'm going to clean these later. And this field one, know that it's not going to show up everywhere. Like it's going to get covered up. That's fine. And then we're going to add the leaves. And actually we can come in with, we can either stamp off for the leaves because we want it to be like, we want some different shades, or you could use gold if you wanted. But I'm going to do a stamp off. Make it even lighter. And just random, understanding that I'm going to cover up most of this. Actually, let's do that there. Yeah, that works. And then we'll do this guy. So see how quickly that gets filled up? And then we're going to put our squares. We shouldn't have too much white space. I like it. Ooh, and you know what? I do love that there are sprinkles in this, or speckles. Like, ever since they took away itty bitty backgrounds, I enjoy when they have a little sprinkle. And this one, let's just go full strength. I have a feeling there might be something here. That's going to work. All right. And then might as well do our greeting. So this one, I cut 2 of these. This is the die that is the very center right here of this everyday essentials, everyday details dies. So whatever will fit, I'm giving you 2 of these in case you have a whoopsie. Here we go, 2. So whatever's going to fit. And I think the just a little hello was going to do it for me. Yep. All right, so let's see if I can get this. Ooh, that's going to work. All right, although I want this to be a little bit darker than the Memento. So I'm going to use the Catherine Pooler because this is a wee bit darker. And then I'm going to want it to let sit and dry. And we can put the rest of it together. Nice. All right. Bam. All right, let me put this away. Clean this. Okay. So yeah, after I get off of here, I'm going to, excuse me, I updated the Super Bowl squares. And I'm going to put the last updated picture. And then we've got 34 left to get rid of in the next week. I really want to have them all sold by next Friday so that I can do the drawing, you know, because I'm going to have another live video where we pick the teams and all the numbers. I want to do that on Saturday so I can get everybody their numbers. All right. Now here, I love this already. So this is kind of what I want to look like. And all that is perfect. So most of it got covered up, but that's fine. I wanted a collage. And what I want to do is, so this is going to be like here. And I'm going to pop these bits up. So I want our greenery, which is really goldery at this point. I want that. I did want it to be poking out from underneath. But that's not going to work. Actually, it might. So this one can go here. All right. We're going to make it work. That can go there. The other one can go in the tippy top. All right, that's there, there. So it's just peeking out. So then we can put this one up here. Yep, yep. Adding a little bit of glue. Ooh, so next week, what I have planned is loaded envelopes. It's a fun project using some 12 by 12 designer series paper, and I think it'll be good for Valentine's and or Easter and or birthdays. Any kind of like happy mail or putting together some little fun things. Ooh, I like that. All right. And this little bit. So you're going to have 4 of these die cut leaves. I've lost mine. My 4th one, but the other one, you know, groups of 3 is good. You can put the other one on the inside. This one, I think I'm going to put right here, and then the greeting's going to go like here. Yeah. So let's do, we want to pop these up, and let's just use some foam tape and make quick work of this. Oh, Penny, is that Gail talking to her dad? Singing. She does. She is a good singer, right? She does crack me up. All right. Now I'm going to start in the middle. And if you have like a 0 ruler, if you want to, if that would help you, I have this one I got from Creative Memories, but it seems like I mess it up every time. All right, so this is 8.5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like, yeah, 4 right here, 4 1/4. That's gonna be, so it's 4 1/4 on each side. All right, and I'm gonna eyeball the, there we go, the top and bottom. All right, so now let's do these. I know this is just a tool that I need to practice with more. All right, and this eyeballing. Whoopsie. All right, looks good. I usually do it pretty good enough, like on my own. Penny, you're contagious. You're funny. So you guys, I am going to get to visit Penny in March. I am registered for convention. And we're going to have a good time. All right. That looks good. Ooh, yeah, I like it. I like it. All right, so this one I'm going to glue right down in the center there. And actually, I'm going to have to glue down my greeting flat too, because this is already popped up. Ooh, yeah. I really like that. So glue on this side and this side. And right there. So yeah, this was a club scrap card design. And so I just used their measurements. And I don't even know if they had the measurements, because they do, like, all their stuff is pre-cut, like every little bit. So I forget how I figured it out. Maybe it was there. I don't know. But I just like the group of 3. And they had actually a piece of ribbon going underneath of it all. But I thought maybe that was a little bit overkill. But I love it. So 3.5 by 8.5. And again, you don't need any special ink. So the Memento, whatever black you have. I love it. All right, so that's our last card. So let's bring these all back in. That's our bird card. That's our mushroom card with our coloring. And then our pecan pie and our milk, what was that called? Cocoa plant? Yeah. So that is, again, the February workshop. So again, code, that's good through the end of the month, and $50 order is going to get you the make and take kit, and then $75 will get you the doodads as well. And you pick your Sale-a-Bration item. Or you wait for these measurements and you are going to be able to recreate them on your own with whatever stuff you have at home. And I would love to see that, especially if you use like different paper. Rose, you know what? I'll pick up some squares. Rose, you've already. Oh, and that's a thing. So I should remind everybody for the squares. So the same person can win more than once. Like, if their numbers are still the same, first quarter and second quarter, they win twice, because it's all depending on the score of the game. So if a score is like, let's just say 5-9, right? And then in the next quarter, it's 15-19. The last numbers are still the same. So that's still going to be the same person. Yep. So yeah, the first time I did it, Peggy won the 3 quarters. It was funny. It was like first, second, third. Yeah, I don't think she won the final one, but every time I just kept laughing. Lisa, thank you. Yeah, 3 and 4 for the favorite. Yeah, I'm having a hard time. I like the 3 was different because it was green, right? And everything else was the brown and the pebbled path. Well, and black. But yeah, so I will have my blog updated maybe Saturday night. I'm not sure. So thanks again for hanging out, everybody. And, share. That would be nice. And I will see you next week. I can't remember if there's anything else. I don't think so. Okay. Have a good night, and I'll see ya. Bye.